When God wanted to put his dimensions together, to give you an idea what it looked like, the project he put together to reveal to you his image, in case you don't know who he is when he began to create man. So when the angels saw man, that was the first time they saw the real image of God. You know, if you see God in heaven in his glory, you can't articulate who he is. When Gabriel saw him, he said from his face, his waist upward was like the sun in his strength. So you can't see him. In fact, the Bible says he's a light that is unapproachable. So the angels, every time God manifests on his throne, they fall on their faces and worship. Because the glory, the effulgence was too enormous that you couldn't behold him. Even if you try to behold him, you can't comprehend his essence. Go read your Bible. Everywhere they saw God in the encounters of the Spirit, they could not articulate what he looked like. Because all you will see is light spreading out in his strength and power. Ezekiel saw him and fell like a dead man. John saw him and fell like a dead man. So nobody could articulate God's image. Until he created man, there was no way you could expressly say and define what God looked like. So when God wanted to express his image, he said, let us create a being called man. And so the Bible said, God said in Genesis 1:26, let us make man in our image. And he didn't stop there. He said, let us make man after our likeness. The word likeness is the word character. Is the ability to express God's dimensions. So when we are manifesting God, we are not attempting to mimic God. Our essence too is like that. So when you are walking in power, that is your essence. Power was built into your system. The same way God speaks and power flows. When you speak, power should flow because you were made in his likeness. The ingredients, the structural build-up of God is what he wired into you. When you live holy, it should be your nature because God is holy. So you can't manifest God's character if you don't have God's character. So what God did was that he didn't just give us his image, he gave us the build-up of his being. So that anywhere we come, when you see us, you should actually mistake us for God. So worship therefore is beyond the song. Is you now saying, listen, I am not God. I am his servant. I was created in his image. I represent him. God is in heaven. So you point to God. Did you read your Bible? Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. John said, as he is, so are we, not in heaven, in this world. So it's a wonder if God lay hands on the sick and the sick is healed, and you lay hands, they are not healed. It's a wonder if God speaks to the dead and the dead rises, and you speak to the dead and the dead does not rise. It means there is something blocking